Charles Darwin was an English scientist who was born in 1809. His theory, known as Darwin's theory of evolution, states that species change over time through the process of natural selection. According to Darwin's theory, individuals with characteristics that are better suited for survival have a greater chance of producing offspring. This theory has brought new understanding of the origins of biodiversity on Earth, and is one of the main foundations of modern biological science. Apart from his theory, Darwin apparently had a unique side that is not widely known. Darwin and Abraham Lincoln were born on the same date, namely February 12, 1809. Even though they were born at the same time, in fact their life backgrounds are very different. Abraham Lincoln was born in a simple log cabin in rural Kentucky, while Charles Darwin was born in the splendor of a Georgian house overlooking the River Severn in England. Even though they come from very different realities, these two figures are heroes in their respective fields. After a 5-year circumnavigation of the world, the valuable research collected by Darwin contributed to the development of his theory of evolution and natural selection. However, he was worried about how the general public and the church would receive his very radical ideas. As a result, he delayed the disclosure of his theory of evolution until 1858. Then, Darwin announced his theory together with the British naturalist, namely Alfred Russel Wallace, who also wanted to express ideas similar to Darwin's. In the following year, Darwin published his main and very influential work, The Origin of Species by Natural Selection, or the Preservation of Races that Profit in the Struggle for Life. It seems that Darwin also showed his logical tendencies, even in matters of love. In 1838, he created a list with 2 columns outlining the advantages and disadvantages of marriage. In the marriage column, Darwin wrote several points, namely children, a true friend is better than a dog, and someone to look after the house. On the other hand, in the not married column, she lists the freedom to go anywhere, conversations with smart men in clubs and lost time. Darwin's father was a doctor who hoped that his son would follow in his footsteps. After serving an internship at his father's practice during the summer of 1825, he entered one of England's leading medical schools, the University of Edinburgh. However, Darwin really didn't like the sight of blood, and felt bored with his medical studies. As a result, he decided to leave medical school and decided to drop out of medical school. After returning from his trip around the world, Darwin began experiencing fatigue, eczema, and bouts of nausea, headaches, and constant heart palpitations for the rest of his life. There is speculation that during his travels, Darwin may have been infected with a parasitic disease called Chagas disease, which caused heart damage and led to his death.